I'm never going to speak about the human patient of the medication itself, the status of the human brain, adaptation in human creation of this. So as I said, it's undesirable the human cognition and speech content, according to the behavior and behavior of the action of the single individual and derived of the his psyche. Developed by the humans itself and the society of creation is all, and how it have it, this kind of the pattern to name all of the disorders undesirable the condition, human beings, which will be eradicated and enforced to try to exist or unexist. And this is one of the things of use the human connotation is a social normativity, the structure, and here my logic and the science behind looking for the reason how the humans and why they do so. Not to give in any kind of the, as a mind operation, never to give in any kind of the level of the giving my own gratification, any kind of the, or giving allowance. I'm not allowing here giving something my hand in. Alright, after a church conversation, every of the things they give it, the more they have a conversation about the one is more to derive giving a reason why it should be. And never in my case, never should be this, should be that, should be anything at all. And if you see in the modern world, all the humans are derived, the society itself are all about the society normative theory of the way the behavior pattern are achieving at the all action in derived days. Whereas societies, in the very first when the infant or the individual aroused to create to came to exist, they are under of the influence of that all this creation around them, all the structures. Alright, I call it a society. Instead of the repeat the words all the time, I instead to try to now coming through them with my speech, without all the time to mention all the times all the same terms all over again. Instead I try to the new things concentration here. And therefore I just recorded now talking about, so the infant you had to all the times comfort the situation. Instead you get in the food, the pattern of his learning of his parental, his caregiver who's able to feed and give a shelter, give an activation, and give it allowance areas. So this people, individual always arouse and his environment and nature and space where he's around. And the space is always. Then it's how this individual interact with nature. He's interact to gain his own food, he's interact to gain his own things. And humans automatically breathe the air, therefore the aspiration to able to get the oxygen, and this is came automatically with too much mental and any kind of the mind behind there. So optimization theory of the heart beating, human metabolism, any kind of the levels of the supply of the not only the oxygen and blood itself, a circulation of the blood and metabolism, but the cell physiology itself, the cell growing, cell dividing, meiosis, and therefore to all the processes happening in the human body. As I said, different organs. The organs develop heritage. All of this are of use automatically of the human mind. Human mind cannot be therefore directly to control of these processes because they're automated out of the human mind, and therefore they are not uncontrollable human psyche. And more about the behavior itself, where is it coming of the reasoning of the human psyche itself is a giving of the action and intention, and less is its automatic process, more it is human, and more it is less robotic, and more it is derived of free will and developed mind, mature mind, and so on. And this meditation is a human experiment, individual, getting more increasing of his wisdom and more increasing of his freedom of his body and freedom of the restriction of the freedom of the mind itself is. And of use, as I said, when the individual aroused to came to exist, as when it comes here is a birth of the born of the individual. Obviously, it is the level of this individuality, and the freedom of the mind is a zero almost, because there is no yet the development of this. But increasing of the time, increasing of the development and the age in itself, and all it have to be called the nurture of the nature, and all the truth experience of the time is got to cause the individual is going to come in as an individual, and as I said, is epistemologically is getting used to the groove of the optimum, and it's education and patient everything you have it own to change its abilities, and get it for what is the desirability if the human says is that everything should be serve for the purpose in a word, in the philosophy itself, education, everything have it the purpose of the conduct, and therefore human conduct is doing what human should be doing, and therefore any education is all the times to get into know or to get into around the situation where we humans have called it everything should be getting optimum to find the purpose of how it should be. There should be action, should be doings. And when it's a human being in individualization, I'm not to find it instead for him, and therefore I'm very much to realize what if the exhortation my word was to be, was that everything have it optimical, to the level of how it works. Like in a human psyche, you have it optical how it works, and better how it works. And therefore, my conversation was a concentration of the disorders and the desirability of the human psyche work in itself, and therefore I'm a philosopher of the pretty much conversation only solely concerning of it, and through those past 4 or 5 minutes which I just got it how the psyche came under through. So in a time when the individual abuse a groove and getting experience it, the more it is getting cause and the individuality to liberating him to free feel serving experience getting know. But the more the time he is more to his system, of the human system, he is also part. This human system he obviously have to conduct of all kind of the elements, all kind of the duties, responsibilities, what is to able to the humans allow to this individual the mind to be accessed, and these are very heavy requirements. The human means of use the how or the social interaction of the other human beings forms. This portion is depending on what language he speaks, how he uses this language, what kind of the body action he do, a physical action against people, and one of the physical examples is of violence. Violence if the other human beings is a destructive of other people's belongings, when it can be people ownership of the things. It is destruction or changing to other people's and society reality. If except the violence example or trying to change in other people's form of the example killing other persons, this is a form of changing of other people's beings from paying to a life to pay not to a life, and not to pay those which was the former in recent past time to be alive with an existence were not existent in later time. This kind of forming of the human are not allowed in this kind of society, and therefore this kind of behavior pattern is deemed to disorder in the human society structure. And there is plenty of the more. We cannot be said looking for any kind of the disorders in the patterns with our unregulative abnormativities. Abnormativities